All right, everybody, welcome to Boss Talk. I'm your host, Deanna Diaz, and today I have my wonderful guest. I guess I can call him lovely too, but I have my wonderful guest, Mr. Daniel Tate, in the building. And today, as you see, our topic is obviously going to be the war on poverty. But before I get him started, he's already here, so yay, Daniel. All right. But the purpose, this is the first actual episode of Boss Talk. And the reason why I started Boss Talk is to go ahead and showcase and highlight different entrepreneurs and business owners that's really doing their thing. These are people that I hand select and I hand pick to come on here because they're really about their business. Puns are intended in that. And I just wanted to give them a chance to talk to you all, talk to my platform, and hopefully generate views onto them, business or whatever, or in networking opportunities. Because as you can see at the bottom is his IG contact information. So please go ahead and contact him. Now, without further ado, Mr. Daniel Tate, everybody.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing today? I know you can't answer me because you ain't really here.
Yep, and it's pre-recorded.
How about it?
We will be doing lives in the near future. We will be doing lives. So, and yes, we are at home and we're keeping social distancing by being in our own homes and doing
I'm glad I didn't have to wear a mask. Thought about it.
Tell me, yeah, see this beautiful lipstick.
How about it?
So, go ahead, and I know Daniel, but everybody doesn't know Daniel. So Daniel, tell people about you.
Yeah, all right. The me elevator pitch. So I am Pittsburgh born and raised. Yeah, left for a little bit, came back. Now I'm back in it. No, just I'm a regular dude, man. Was young and dumb, made a lot of mistakes. Started kind of getting a craving for some information. Actually, I'm gonna keep it real. My kid saved my life. 23 years old, living, being stupid, just out in the street. Had a kid at 23. I didn't have a kid. His mama had a kid. We know how that goes. But really just kind of, decided I needed to get my life together. Got what we would call a real job. And, kind of started doing my thing from there. Matured a little bit. Kind of, my hood mentality never left. But also couldn't be in the hood making hood moves. So I found out some ways that I could use that mentality that I kind of developed in the neighborhood, because I say Pittsburgh, but I'm really from Braddock. Use that mentality that I kind of, developed in the neighborhood, or that the neighborhood actually develops in me, and use it for legal purposes, use it for legal business, that hustle, kind of managing, certain things and doing those things mixed with a little bit of self-education, and now I'm out here in these streets. But figurative.
These streets doing what?
So I am a life insurance broker, and my hashtag on pretty much every post that I talk about this thing is going to be war on poverty, because that's exactly what I do. I'm trying to help us to set up, not just our generation, but the next generation, and then teach that generation to help set up the next generation. So I know I am in life insurance, but I got plans to go into doing some real estate. That's part of the the 5 to 8 year mark, which is actually looking closer to 5 right now than it is to 8. So the reason I'm looking at those two things, I'm using life insurance as sort of my my cash cow, we'll say, and doing a little bit of networking through that. Meeting up with people, have the opportunity to actually have just a simple product that can help people out with their generation as well as the next generation. I call it buying money, because that's exactly what you're doing. Most people, honestly, I think, don't buy life insurance because they're not buying the money for themselves, but they're buying the money for their families. But that's a conversation that we can have later. So making some connections there. The plan is to get into real estate. I want to buy back Braddock. That's what I want to do. not just Braddock, but the entire East End, East Liberty. Well, what are they calling it now? I don't know, something stupid. The eastern side or East End. Okay, so East End, East Liberty. All those neighborhoods where we reside in Pittsburgh that we hate gentrification so much, but we can really gentrify our own neighborhoods and make that property value go up. That way, we have what do they call it? We have equity. We have ownership. We have leverage. We have wealth built in. There were some things done to us that set us back in the past that didn't allow us to. And when I say us, I mean Black people. I hope I'm allowed to say that. That didn't allow us to purchase homes. The home is going to be the home base of your generational wealth. Owning a home ownership, real estate. Those are going to be the home base of generational wealth. That's why, you look at the statistics, something like Black households are 10% less wealthy than white households in the U.S. And that's because, years and years of us not being allowed to do certain things that are what they're using as the foundation of their wealth. So.
Okay. All right. And I definitely agree with you. I talk about generational wealth and wealth in general all the time. I definitely believe in it. And not just, setting up to leave it. That's part of it too, but actually setting up so you can enjoy it in this.
How about it?
Okay.
How about it?
We don't have to struggle. All right.
We don't.
But now, poverty, a lot, that word gets thrown around a lot, especially in the Black community, things like that. What is your definition of poverty?
So my definition of poverty, in simple terms, living paycheck to paycheck is poverty. Living above your means is poverty. Not being able to pay your bills when they're due. That's poverty. And then on the more drastic side, we got people living in the streets. We got kids who can't eat. We got kids who don't have access to things that they should have access to. That's poverty. So that's just kind of my real life sort of on the spot definition of poverty. Just not having what you need. That's financially, mentally, physically. I mean, there's all types of poverty, but just not having the means, not having what you need to do better. If you can't see beyond what you have in your account right now and what that can do, you are financially and mentally perverse.
Perverse, big word. What made you want to take this war head on? What happened in your life specifically that you woke up and said, you know what? I'm so sick of being broke. I'm sick of my folks being broke. I'm sick of seeing brokenness.
I can't name the day it was, but you just named the moment. One day I woke up and said, I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of like this is poverty. The way I'm living, this ain't right. There's more out there. The day I said there's more out there is the day I started picking on poverty.
Okay. What was your turning point? Like, what was it?
Opportunity was my turning point. I think that the day I realized that I didn't have to be, at the job I was at and working for somebody else and me having to go and beg for a raise and, or beg for days off or whatever the case is. I think that was probably the turning point when so real estate was actually my first sort of, baby, my first sort of thing that I wanted to do that I was like, this is the thing. This is what it's going to do. I think the top, like maybe somewhere between the top 5% of the top 1% of the nation's wealthy are in real estate somehow, and it's so easy to get into. You know, it's such an easy thing to get into, that it's sort of why not. So the culmination between there's something else out there and I can have it were the two kind of points that said I need to be moving. You know.
Okay. All right. And that real estate is such a huge thing. I did a speaking engagement with some 11th and 12th graders last month, and well, I asked the one young man, I said, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? He said he wanted to be in the real estate. I said, I tell you what, there's this show on Netflix. It's called Sunrise or Sunset something. It's one of those, Sunrise or Sunset. It's on Netflix. It's an office full of white people. They got like one black chick on there that are real estate agents. And when they close on six figures.
Yeah.
They close on six figures. Honey, yeah. I almost switched side jobs. You hear me? In a real estate school. And to be honest, it still might happen just to have that under my belt. But
I mean,
you know, but I was just like, I mean, I'm sitting there taking notes, watching Netflix.
Right.
I wasn't expecting nor ready for all that to happen.
Right. You know so one of my examples in real estate is one of my battle buddies. His name is Cody Presley. He's down in I think he's in North Carolina. Okay. So this dude, and he won't mind me telling this dude dropped out of high school in the 12th grade. Right. He went to the Army. What'd you say?
I said he was right there.
He was right there. He went to the Army because he got his GED. He went to the Army. He didn't know what else to do. He went to the Army, and he got under somebody who had some wisdom about real estate, and just kind of invited him to the real estate agent opportunity. He became an agent, and he started grinding. He had that Army mentality. He was still in when he started. He had the Army mentality, so he was just grind. He did more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. So right. So he had that mentality, and he became very, 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 very successful as a real estate agent. So what did he do? He started teaching the people behind him. So he starts teaching people behind him. He's mentoring some people, and now he has a real estate sort of university type platform. He's doing engagements where this black dude is up speaking to these large rooms of people because he's doing the ultimate goal in real estate. So he's no longer an agent, but he is the company. So I mean, if a dude from the South can drop out of high school and do it, a black dude from the South can drop out of high school and do it.
What's stopping everybody else, right?
What's stopping it? It's a choice. It's always going to be a choice. Because I'm sure he had the I can'ts. You said he was right there, he probably felt like he couldn't graduate. So he had his I can'ts. He went to the Army because he felt like he didn't have nothing else to do. And then he got put on. He got put on to some knowledge.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right.
No, I was just thinking about that because for those who don't know, me and Daniel served in the military. Daniel left me, and I left me to continue to serve. I went there, but
I left everybody. You got in everybody. Everybody I came in after that. I was like, I want to serve with them. I came in after. I did my contract, and I was like, I'm done.
I'll talk about you later. However, but no, even though a lot of people have negative views about the military, I am thankful that there's a lot of those bases. There's a lot of bases down in the South and towards the West. Not so much up here, even though up here they're like kind of bigger but more isolated. However, I'm because it provided the opportunity for a lot of those country boys. A lot of those country boys, they grow up on farms and just out in the middle of nowhere, and there's some recruiter just preys on them because that's what it was.
That's what they do.
scooped them on up. But because of that, they were able to provide
Mm-hmm.
such a better life for them and their family or whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I just want to put the 2 cents in there. Now, you said something about making the choice and the I can't. Do you honestly believe that people choose to not take an opportunity?
Um, that's a hard question. I will say that people choose what they're comfortable with more than they choose not to take the opportunity. Unfortunately, it's the same choice. It's the same. If you choose to wake up and do, it's been said before me, if you choose to wake up and do the same things with the same people in the same places every day, that's going to be your life. Until you choose to actively engage in changing your life, it won't change.
Mm, okay. So now we're at 16 minutes, so I'm fine with that time.
Okay.
Now, where you are now in your life, are you where your goals? Are you where you are in your goals that you set maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years,
Here's the funny thing. I didn't have goals a year, maybe. Okay, I had goals maybe a year ago.
okay,
But 2 years ago, I was comfortable. So can we talk about where we are in the world right now?
sure.
Is this okay? So 2 years ago, I was actually working on getting promoted at my corporate job. I was an underwriter, and I was trying to get promoted to a sales management position 2 years ago, right? And I was comfortable there. So my goals were, I can't say I didn't have goals because my goal was I became an assistant general manager, which simply meant I was a general manager, but I didn't have my own store. I was under somebody. And, the numbers spoke for themselves that I was capable to do it, but I was waiting to get my own store. So my goals 2 years ago would have been to get my own store. Unfortunately for me, since that goal depended on other people, I couldn't really put a date stamp on that goal to say I'm going to be here by then. Um, and I at some point, and I don't remember exactly how it came about. I was probably just on the internet, just kind of looking. No, matter of fact, I had my internet on I had my resume on one of those sites, and a recruiter for life insurance reached out to me. And this was kind of while I was in the midst of looking at, real estate things. Me and my wife, we took a trip out to Philadelphia to sit in on a 3 day sort of informational on real estate. Paid to do it. It was worth the money, at least because of the knowledge I got about money. Even if I didn't, go into real estate, there's a lot of information in those seminars, especially the ones you pay for.
Yeah,
Um,
especially the
you know,
one you pay for.
especially the ones that you pay for. They're gonna give you your money's worth. They're gonna ask you for more money to get more, but they're gonna give you what you pay for. So we were kind of in the midst of that. Like I said, somebody reached out to me about life insurance, so I got my license to be an agent back in the fall, and I got scared. I backed off of it. And I was like, no, I can't do this. I got this nice, corporate job because I did get my general assistant general manager position, and I was on the hypo list, the high potential list to get my own store. But I had been sitting there for like probably about a year. So I was in a position that I thought was safe, that I thought was comfortable.
Okay.
Come March of 2020, pandemic, I get furloughed. So now I don't have a job. I don't have a job. Unemployment ain't working out because it's taking too long to come in. I need money now. so I'm like, patting myself down, searching my back pocket. Bam, I got this life insurance license. So I move on with that process and start working this business. And I should have been doing it the whole time. But what
Hindsight is 2020.
absolutely. But what the pandemic allowed for me to do, since most people were staying home, allowed me to get in contact with more people quickly, allowed me to stay home and work, because now I'm doing Zoom calls face to face with these people, and I can see more people in the day because I don't got to drive to the house. So, yeah.
All right, that's awesome. We are at the 20-minute mark, and I'm going to ask you. Oh, yeah, I cut Daniel off early on purpose because I want to make sure that if you want more information, that you contact Daniel directly. As you can see, that he has a plethora of knowledge on life insurance, wealth, and things like that. There, so make sure you hit him up. Daniel, what's the name of your company? How they can get in contact with you and all that stuff.
Gotcha. So my email address is also the name of my company that is going to be contracted through a bunch of different sort of companies that sell life insurance. Okay. But my email address is also the name of the company, the D Tate Company at gmail.com.
Let me see if we can put that down in the ticker.
Put it in the ticker.
I know the ticker, right? D Tate what?
Company at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Yeah.
Save. Bam.
Boom. Let me see.
Is that it?
Right. That's it.
So that is Daniel Tate. That is my special guest for today at the D Tate Company. You can hit him up at the D-Tate Company at gmail.com. His Instagram is at Daniel_LM_Tate. So make sure you hit him up with all your questions about life insurance, how you can be insured to distribute this life insurance or anything like that, and just to connect and build, because that's what we're all about here. I am your host, Deanna Diaz, and you can always go to DeannaDiaz.com. Check out my other videos. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Why you should follow me is because I am an entrepreneur doing this thing as well. I've been doing this since 2008, and now I'm ready to share this knowledge and build with you all. So that is my why. Well, that should be your why. I have plenty whys, but that's going to be your why. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you tune in next week for Boss Talk with my next guest. Deuces. You gonna say bye, Daniel?